to speak to it tomorrow. The Commander-in-Chief, as you must all know, is that he's going to be here at 12 o'clock speaking to the nation and giving a line of march. The EFF is solid. I think one thing that we must understand and take into mind is that everyone around us is losing votes, guys. This is the reality. The EFF has not lost votes. And this is the thing, you all expected, including yourselves, that the EFF will do much better. But there's also many other questions that we must be asking ourselves. How is it possible that the DA is getting votes in predominantly Muslim communities? How is it possible? And with all these glitches with IEC, the slowing down of lines, the broken seals of ballot boxes, the machines not working, telling us about network, all of these build up to mistrust to the IEC, the electoral body. So I think we must start questioning that. But I'm not being a crybaby. All I'm saying is that what is clear is that the EFF is going to be here even in 2029. It's going to be here when Christ comes back. We're going to be with Christ. And we're people of the future. So it's not going to be something that fizzles out like that. And so we are not worried. Everyone else is losing votes. And that's how you measure whether or not we're a solid organization. The ANC did not educate our people. Our people are not educated. Our people are landless. Our people have no electricity. Just yesterday, I was in Kwaga. When we were done voting, or rather as we were about to finish voting, electricity went. It was clear that this thing of load shedding is man-made. It's not possible that there can be such a high coincidence. When our people are done voting, electricity goes. So don't be worried. We are not worried. We're fine. We actually want to thank all the people who came out. And the other thing that is to be noted is that a lot of young people came out to vote. And this is something that must be put in our minds. There's a revolution happening in South Africa, and we must acknowledge that. It is not something that's going to happen overnight. It's something that's going to happen gradually. The Commander-in-Chief is a young person, is able, is available, is going to outlive most of the leaders who are enjoying whatever they're enjoying now. The Commander-in-Chief is going to be president of this country, and the people of South Africa are going to have a seat in deciding what happens, who gets what, when, and how. And that's politics. So we are not losing votes. The only people who are losing votes is everyone else. You can name any political party. You saw even the work of Gwede Mantashe, you swear that he's got gout already. Even the deputy Satani herself, Helen Zille, knows that this is not what they were wishing for. The EFF is the only solid rock as it stands. And we may not have achieved or have not gotten the numbers that we want. But the reality is that the scoreboard is not done. The numbers are not out. But look at Northern Cape. It's an upset. What is happening in Northern Cape is happening in KZN, it's going to happen in Gauteng and many other provinces. And so that is something to celebrate. ANC is a big organization. You can't lie about that. It's older than all of us here. All of us here put together. We were not there at the time when the ANC was conceived. Some of the people who are here, even the leaders of the ANC, were not there when the ANC was there. Now, who are we? We're building an organization, we're building an alternative, and we are the alternative. It's a matter of time. The EFF is going to take over this country, and we're happy that we have been able to hold the fort.
You've just hit 1 million.
We just hit 1 million. I mean, there's more coming, and I think we must be patient to take that.
Do you feel threatened by the MK now that it has shifted your rankings on?
We're not threatened by the MK. The MK is a new party, and it's a new, child in the block. We're not threatened by anyone, not even by the ANC. All we need to do is make sure that we serve our people. What we must fight for going forward is that we must make sure that whatever government comes into place now, they are aligned with the 7 non-negotiable cardinal pillars of the EFF. I mean, a lot of your colleagues have been asking the question, guys, who are you going to go with? We're not going to go with anyone. We're not going into a coalition. We're going into a relationship with anyone who agrees with the 7 non-negotiable cardinal pillars of the EFF. We're not going to bend on principle. You have seen, we ran a clean campaign. We were not wishy-washy on anything. You guys can try to twist our words, but the reality is very simple, is that we are on course in making sure that we get expropriation of land without compensation. We want to get all the children of South Africa educated in a free, quality, decolonized education. Now, that is what we are fighting for in in this country. There is nothing we are doing that is different. We didn't change our policy. People of South Africa voted for parties that do not have policies. If we ask you now, why did they vote for this particular person, they will not tell you. But if you want to criticize the EFF, we gave you a manifesto. We presented a manifesto. We didn't only present it in Moses Mabhida. We presented it everywhere where you can think of. The commander-in-chief he had sleepless nights. He left home, left his family, made sure that he goes to all corners of South Africa. All of us, for the first time, were in Gauteng. We have not been in Gauteng for the longest of time. We were everywhere in this country, making sure that we spread the good news that economic freedom in our lifetime is possible through the EFF. And I think there's something that must be taken away from it. You guys came and through questions about the open border policy, and totally misinformation was being spread about our position. We are speaking about undocumented. We don't want to say, and we don't say, there are no Africans who are illegal in South Africa. They are undocumented. Majority of you cannot tell us here that people who are white are foreigners or South Africans. None of you can make that determination. But I can tell you, you can tell that through smell, through a sight, through touch. You tell us that this one is not South African. Whereas you have Xhosas in Zimbabwe, you have Xhosas in South Africa, you have Ndebeles in Zimbabwe, you have Zulus in Zimbabwe. And this 1884 Berlin Conference still has an effect even today. That is the impact of the root. And we're not acknowledging and undoing it. We have to undo everything that Verwoerd has done, including education. We need to educate our people. If we're going to truly liberate our people, everything that the apartheid government did, we must undo. Meaning education, special development, all of that must be undone by a government that cares for our people, and that government is only EFF. So that's where we are. But I don't want to talk long because the commander-in-chief is coming tomorrow, Mawani. I think you must reserve those questions, those silly questions of yours, for tomorrow, and then put it to the commander-in-chief. That is who I speak on behalf of. I speak on behalf of the organization. But the main message, official message, these are just reactions. The main message will be shared with you, Lizette, tomorrow.